Mr. Herzberg, you have a moment of personal privilege.
Thank you very much. So I would like to respond to some of the comments about the book at Cold Harbor Elementary School. I will read from an email that I wrote yesterday in reply to another citizen who was concerned about the Facebook post. I'm only commenting on the book that I posted. The other book I've never seen before. The original complaint about this book came from a 7-year-old student in our district. I met with the student and his parents at their residence after receiving complaints from a different parent. The student had taken the book home based upon the cover, which shows a nice skateboard. However, inside the book is some angry messaging that includes anger and fury deep enough to slice through flesh and bone. The child took the book to his mother and said, quote, "This book is not about skateboarding, it is about violence," end quote. Our 7-year-old student perceived on his own the violent messaging inside the book. The existing school board policy was followed 3 months ago and was not sufficient. The school board is the final authority on the schools, not any librarian, not any principal. The school board should simply create a policy that allows the school board to have the authority over controversial materials. There's more, just a second. Parents have a right and a say on what is taught to our children and our schools. Mr. Eikenberry and I both represent parents. Mr. Eikenberry should be able to represent the overwhelming majority of parents at Cold Harbor Elementary School and have a process created by the school board that allows the school board to remove any material that was placed in the school without their knowledge or their approval. 3 months ago, the policy was followed, but the result was nothing but more complaints from parents. In addition, any messaging that portrays police officers in a negative light, as this book does, right here, should not be in our schools, especially with the rise in murders of police across our county. Anger, fury, and slicing through a person's flesh and bone next to a drawing of police officers is a dangerous message. Our deputies and our law enforcement deserve better. And I want to be clear that in the Cold Harbor District, their supervisor has their back, not some political activism that betrays them negatively. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Herzberg.